Tech Talk Alert. After our latest digital life hack, you're going to hear one of my weekend show's best calls. You don't want to miss it. Your spouse is on his way home. Your daughter is driving back from college. Did mom make her doctor's appointment? Instead of calling and asking, just request their location right from your phone. I'm Kim Komando for Oracle. You can cut your current cloud bill in half if you move to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. See if your company qualifies at oracle.com/Kim. Setting up location sharing is super simple. The easiest way, on iPhone, through a text. Open Messages, tap the conversation with that person, hit the plus icon, and then request location. They're going to get a text, and once they approve it, you'll see exactly where they're located. Android users, you do this through Google Maps. Just open the app, tap that profile pic, select location sharing, and then tap Add People. Choose your contact, hit Request Location, and once they approve, you get real-time updates. No more endless text saying, "Where are you?" Now you know with just a tap. Smart, simple, and stress-free. Get more tips like this every single day with my free newsletter. Sign up right now at getkim.com. As promised, I'm now bringing you a standout call from my weekend show. Ken in Lakeland, Florida. Hi there, Ken.
Hey, Kim, how are you doing?
Wonderful. Thanks for asking. What's going on?
Great. Well, I appreciate you taking my call. I am 69 years of age, and I was recently laid off through a restructuring.
Okay.
I've been a higher ed for 20 years in the area of institutional research and data analytics. So I've got a skill set that lends itself to continuing to work and that type of thing. And
sure.
I've found some help with getting my resume updated and all of that, but I'm in need of, I have a Mac, an M1 2000 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. But I'm in need because most of the programs that I use, like Power BI, SQL Server Management Studio, and those types of things, are on Windows machine. It's on the Windows
Sure.
side.
I mean, that's where it is. I mean, SQL, SSMS, whatever it may be, data visualization. Yeah.
So I need to be able to set up a virtual machine on my Mac for that. I thought about using Parallels and Windows 11 Pro because the home version won't work, but that's about $300, and I'd like to afford spending that if at all possible. And I looked at like UTM.
I was going to say UTM is probably UTM is probably the other option. I mean, you're probably looking at Parallels or UTM. And UTM is free and it supports the M1. It's not as easy to use as Parallels, but it sounds like you'd be able to, I don't know, based on what you're saying, you're like, this should be like a walk in the park for you, Ken. Just saying.
I doubt that.
You should have this up and going. Let's see. We've been talking for a minute and a half. You should have this up and running by at least 4 minutes from now. Come on, guys. What's going on?
Okay. Well, sometimes free doesn't necessarily mean free.
Well, it's been around for a long time. It's got a lot of tutorials out there, and because it's open source, you've got a lot of add-ons and people who supporting each other, especially if you ever need help, pop into a Reddit forum for that. So in the interim, I just ran across this website, and I know when you're looking maybe for some contract work, in the interim until you can find a real honest to goodness job. We all know about Upwork, right? And Freelancer.
Right. Yes.
There's a website called, and it's been around since 2010. And I just ran across it the other day. It's called Top TAL, like Top Talent, but TOPTAL.
Okay.
And it's really geared towards your skill set, meaning freelance, IT guys who are on a higher level. Who know Python and SQL and all this other stuff, right? Versus going to Fiverr and you're like, "Hi, I'm here," and people are looking like going, "I don't even know what you're talking about," So it's like, okay. So, I don't know. They're not a sponsor, this company, and again, it's just something that I ran across. I'll tell you why I ran across it. A friend of the family needs a job, okay, and he's worked for various recruiting services. I'm talking like ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, Dice. Dice is also probably another place where you want to try.
Okay.
And he was asking me if I knew of any other sites. And so it's really not hard to do. What I do is when I'm looking for a competitive site, I just go into Google and I say something like LinkedIn versus. And then I get a whole list of sites that are kind of like LinkedIn that they would be considered competitors. Another way to do that is to look at crunchbase.com. And so he was asking me if I knew of anything else. I'm like, well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. So I thought I'd spend 5 minutes and help a guy out. And that's where I came across this Top TAL. So I would, take a look at there. Also take a look at Dice and, try that UTM. And now we've been talking for 4 minutes. So you've got about a minute and a half to get it up and running.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Now, let's see you do it. Ready, set, go, Ken. You got to go get it done. Yes. Virtual machines and really big programming careers. Really wonderful stuff, isn't it? What a great age we live in. And Ken, once again, thank you for your call. Hey, a huge thank you for streaming with me. Now, if you're puzzled about something techie, I'm your gal. Just find the email Kim link over at komando.com and let those questions fly away. Now, every email gets my eyeballs, I promise. And keep your digital life in the know. Be sure you sign up for my free newsletter over at getkim.com.